All right, folks, Matt here, SEP 301 for this Freestyle Friday. We are going to create a new P5 project with some custom functions. We're using this doc, Freestyle Friday, make some functions, open a new P5 project, and create at least 3 new functions with parameters. They can be simple, like drawing a shape or changing a background color. So let's focus on that. How do we do that? Well, we got function setup and function draw. Let's make 3 functions. Function, I'm going to do taco. You guys can probably do something else, but I'm just going to do boom, boom, taco. So let's do taco, pizza, and sushi. Let's say function taco draws an ellipse, and we'll get there in a second. Function pizza is going to draw a rectangle. And function sushi is going to change the background color. Now, we also want to have parameters in our functions. So what that means is, for an ellipse, we might do an X and a Y location and maybe a scale. And so for that, we're going to do push. Whenever we do push, we definitely need pop at the end. And then I can do translate X, Y. That's going to move the ellipse around the screen depending on where we put X, Y. Remember, when you make parameters, you always have to use them somewhere in your function. So we've used the X, Y, now we got to use Z. I figured I'd do scale for Z. Scale, Z, and bam, we got our first function. I can also do all this stuff here for the rectangle. So down here I would do push. I would do translate X, Y, and we'll do a scale Z, and at the end pop. And you can do and then I need the parameters here, X, Y, Z. I can use the same variables in these different functions. It's okay to do that, or at least I'm pretty sure. We're going to try it in a second to find out. So now I have an ellipse and I have a rectangle. Ooh, and I need to actually draw them. So it's going to be at 0, 0. You can always do your shapes at 0, 0 because they're going to change when you type in the X and the Y coordinate. And then let's just do, by default, 20, 20. And same for rectangle, 0, 0, 20, 20. And now background, I want a background color. So all the way down here at function sushi at the bottom, I'm going to do a parameter that's maybe RGB, and that'll be a color. Now watch this. All I have to do is put RGB here. So I've used all 3 of my parameters. And what that's going to do is it's going to insert these numbers. When I do call sushi, the function, it's going to change the background. Now, I've made my 3 functions. What does the worksheet say now? In the function draw, call your 3 functions using the following techniques: a conditional key press. Oh, and I gave you the code here. Or a mouse press. And here's the code for a mouse press. Well, let's try a key press. I'm going to copy this code here. Copy. And in function draw, I'm going to paste it in. If key is pressed. Now, if you're going to copy and paste, remember you need to replace these quotes because P5 doesn't like the quotes that come from the document. That's a big thing. You got to replace those quotations. Just retype them. And because my function is called taco, I have taco in here, but you might have to change this name based on what your functions are called. So taco draws the ellipse, and the ellipse function taco needs 3 parameters, X, Y, Z. So I'm going to call function taco at 100, 100, and the scale will be 3. And that means if I press the X key, maybe I'll change this to the A key. So now when I press A, it's going to draw a taco function at 100, 103. That's X, Y, and Z, and that's the translate, the location of the ellipse, and Z is the scale of the ellipse. Let's just test that out real quick. I'll click over here and press A, and every time I press the A key, it's drawing an ellipse at 100, 100, and the scale is 3. So even though my ellipse here is at 0, 0, and it's only 20, 20, when I draw it, it's 3 times that. So this is actually a 60, 60 ellipse because the scale right here is 3. So now I've done one of these. I can go back to my worksheet. Let's do another key press one. So right now I'll just take this key press function, copy it, I'll paste it right underneath, and this time I'll call pizza. Pizza. And instead of 100, 103, I'll put it at 200, 200, and I'll make the scale 5. And I'll change the key to S. So when I type A, taco will be run. If I type S, pizza will be run. Let's see. A, and here's S. There they are. S key draws a rectangle, which is the pizza function, at 200, 200, and the scale is 5. My rectangle is 20, 20. So 5 times 20 is 100. It's drawing a 100 by 100 rectangle because the scale is 5. And now I'm going to use this mouse is pressed. That means if I click the trackpad or mouse, I'll copy that over. And I'm also going to put that inside the function draw. Just be careful of where your curly brackets are, right? We got a lot of curly brackets. So if key is pressed, opens a curly bracket. If key opens a curly bracket, close, close. I'm going to put it in between these two because this is the close of the function draw. So I want it to be inside there. So there's if mouse is pressed. My last function is called sushi. So I'm going to say let's call sushi. And sushi's parameters, instead of X, Y, Z, they're actually RGB, and it stands for an RGB color for a background. It's going to draw a background. So I might want to draw a, turquoise or purple background. Let's try 200 red, 0 green, and 240 blue. Let's see what happens. I'm going to run it. I'm going to click my mouse over here, and it's working. When mouse is pressed, I get that background. When S key is pressed, I get the rectangle, and when the A key is pressed, I get my ellipse. So I've got all 3 functions working on either key presses or mouse presses, and I've done my freestyle. Now, if you want to take it a little bit further, what if I am bored with the way this ellipse looks and I want to give it some color? Well, function taco draws the ellipse, so I need a little more parameters. Let's do an RGB for this one too, R, G, and B. And now I need to use RGB, so I come right above the ellipse and I'll make a fill, and I'll say this is where they go, R, G, and B. Now when I call taco, I need to add an RGB color at the end here. So what if we do 255, 0, 0, and then I'll make a red ellipse. Let's try it. There it is, it's red, love it. Now for my rectangle, which is function pizza, I'm going to do another one, RGB. Right above the rectangle, I'll do a fill, and I'll use my RGB here. And now when I call pizza up here, I need to add those RGB colors. So maybe the rectangle will be blue, 0, 0, 255. Let's try it. Hey, it works. Now I got a red ellipse, a blue rectangle, and a purple background. That's it. Freestyle Friday. That was under 10 minutes. We coded it. Try doing it yourself. Good luck and have a great weekend.